opponents up in the top left-hand corner. Likewise, a veteran of ASL. It is our teal Protoss player, AeiS.
And yes, I know AeiS has been practicing a fair bit. He does take this sort of thing quite seriously. So I'm sure that he's gone out and set up some build orders and studied his opponents and everything like that. So curious to see what he will come up with.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Coda's kind of becoming one of the more standard maps of this season's map pool. I think Echo's going to be the one we see all the time, but Coda's kind of following it up, just kind of holding its heels. But do you have any kind of thoughts on what AeiS could go for on Coda?
I'd imagine that he's going to stick with something along a 2-base push area, if he can. The thirds here can be a little bit harder to hold. You know, there's multiple access points to the one that's out front, and the one over the side, again, has that other access point on the other side. So, yeah, it can be a little tougher, and I think that he'd rather get an attack in good on his terms, but we'll see.
Yeah, pretty likely. I mean, he's already going up to those 2 bases with that Nexus coming down. Pretty normal stuff coming out. Actually, delaying his Cybercore by a little bit, but all looks pretty fine with the Nexus coming down. Just about the same timing as PengWin's pool. PengWin's going to be moving out with 6 Lings as well. Going to be able to apply a little bit of pressure to this Nexus. AeiS is going to have to cron out the Zealot to hold it off. It's going to be a little tough for him because that Cybercore is very late, means he's not going to have any Stalkers to kite those Slowlings back, or the Mothership Core to rain death upon them from the skies. But he shouldn't lose too much to these Lings. Maybe a Probe, maybe a Zealot.
Yeah, he's got this good little wall off there around his gas and Nexus. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. The Zealot may get snapped here, but he's trying to run away and avoid that.
Yeah, a few probes having to be pulled off the line. Yeah, I mean, PengWin, this is a small commitment. 4 to 6 Lings is kind of what would be expected to be built anyway. So it's any damage that PengWin can get done here, even if it's just having stuff pulled off the line, is good here for PengWin. And the Zealot does manage to catch one of those Lings.
Mothership Core out now. We'll limit the damage that can be done.
Yeah, as well as the second Zealot. PengWin's just kind of relegate these to a bit more of a scouting role. 16 Lings actually coming out for PengWin, though, and a lot streaming across the map. With no speed, this is going to be a really big surprise for AeiS here. A probe moving in is actually just going to spot a couple more Lings coming across the map, and that could well tip him off because any extra Lings coming out would come as a bit of a surprise, and they're all starting to group up outside AeiS's natural base, but this is a big force. This is the bulk of these Lings moving across the map now.
Yeah, more gateways coming down in front here. Not a full wall off, but the probe does go there, and a Zealot moving down to try and keep anything out that decides to run in. And like you said, no speed makes a really big difference. Oh, a Zealot not in place, not in the right spot.
Not quite, and these Lings are going to stream in. The Zealot actually is stuck, not attacking them. Second Zealot is going to get a few hits and take out 1 or 2 of these Lings, but it too will fall. And now PengWin is going straight for Nexus, Planetary Overcharge, Photon Overcharge being done down immediately. The 3 pylon wall off, not quick enough. There is 1 sentry that'll be able to save a few of these probes from a while. Yeah, decent force field, but the ones mining gas are still not going to survive, and that force field will only last a few seconds more.
And nothing else being built on these gateways, as AeiS is actually supply blocked due to the pylon going down in the front. Probes now starting to have to fight. Still taking a lot of damage, and the Mothership Core backed off. 14 probes have been killed in this so far.
Okay. This is pretty good downshift for PengWin. With AeiS now down to 23 workers. PengWin, as soon as the big group of Lings moved across the map, PengWin was already back to droning. Now he's feeling pretty comfortable. He's got his 3rd base coming up.
Now he's
32 drones to 25. Now getting speed, now getting roaches, kind of teching up and continuing on along a normal sort of game. But he knows that AeiS is likely going to be looking to be aggressive. If AeiS tries to play out a normal macro game from here, he's going to be playing at a significant disadvantage. So the best bet from AeiS is to go into a big attack, which is exactly what he's doing, going in up to 7 gates. And PengWin, of course, has scouted this as well with all his lings. And so 2 Spine Claws going down the front of the natural, and PengWin will be getting roaches and speed up to hold this off.
Yeah, Ling's looking around now for these proxy pylons. We'll likely find this one at the bottom of the ramp if they do continue down. Not sure if the Overlord can see the other one, but the Lings do now at least. And he'll be bracing for an attack.
Yep, AeiS actually just has a few sentries here. If PengWin catches... Yeah, PengWin sees these moving in. If he actually goes in now, he should be able to do decent damage to these sentries. I don't know if these extra zealots being warped in is a bit too much, but these roaches are formidable force. And actually, the sentry's kind of being trapped in there with the roaches. One of them's going to go down. That's a big loss. This is a very small force PengWin. I mean, the roaches killing just the one sentry almost pays for themselves. But PengWin is going to start backing out now. Those roaches are on low health, but they're still alive.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the economy just isn't what you want it to be for a 7-gate like this. He can't really afford to bring in the things that you usually could at this point in the game. So this is really the force that he's got here is almost all he's going to have.
And a little bit of a pathing
Yeah.
mistake there by AeiS is going to, throw away 3 zealots. And he cannot afford to be losing units at all. AeiS is actually going to start retreating back now, and that is about the worst I've ever seen a 7-gate do.
Yeah.
He killed a handful.
He probably only ever had 3 of those gates on cooldown.
Yeah. Now AeiS is actually having to break down a pylon to try and let his units back in, get his units out, whichever way you want to look at it. PengWin is searching across the map, breaking down these proxy pylons, and looks like he's going to be moving across the map to try and put some pressure onto AeiS, and it's going to be difficult for him to hold it. He does have these sentries, so he'll be able to force through that for a long time, but AeiS is going to be trapped inside these 2 bases for quite some time, and PengWin, ton of drones just finished up, going up to 50 now. Lair coming in as well, and he's going to be looking great to transition along into the mid-game and a more standard macro game.
Yeah, now he has caught up a bit in the probe count, 43 to 49 now, but obviously at this point, PengWin is completely safe to drone up to the ideal level he wants. He's got enough army to defend himself for a while, at least, and his opponent has to keep making stuff in case he decides to attack. So my PengWin, PengWin just completely in charge of this game so far.
Yeah, safety spores coming down here for PengWin as well in case of in case of any Stargate units or any DTs. And yeah, I mean, he's looking great. AeiS looks like he's going to be. It looks like he's going to be moving out with an Immortal Sentry. There's a Twilight Council behind this, so I mean, this is a little scary, I guess. PengWin's actually not on the ideal drone count to hold this. You want a couple more, but he's already got like a fairly significant army advantage, and he can start pumping out a lot more as soon as he gets out the supply block, which we will momentarily. So, yeah, I don't know. It's still going to be pretty tough for AeiS to actually make something happen with this.
Yeah, he's only got 1 Immortal up with the Force, the second one coming. But yeah, you want more than that, obviously.
The
nice
Force fields are good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, trapping a lot of these roaches. He's actually going to drop the rocks on them. But,
that's kind of cute.
That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever actually seen that happen in a game I've casted.
No, I don't think anyone's done that. I don't even know if that was the most efficient thing to do, but it's
Probably
cool.
not.
It's the coolest thing to do.
It is.
So
PengWin did only a little bit of that. I think he considered sending his roaches across the map for a counterattack, but he's going to bring them back home. Yeah, he's got these 2 Spine Crawlers up as well, so it's going to be tough for AeiS to actually move up the ramp into this 3rd base, and PengWin is setting up an enormous concave.
Yeah, he's going to have him surrounded on 3 sides here. Force fields go off, but he is running low on those.
Slow. One of the Immortals is going to fall. The other one's still safe for now, but with no War Prism, the War Prism just
the War Prism just got there, but yeah, he's too late.
Too late though. It's completely overwhelming force that by PengWin, and yeah, that was really nicely played by Mine 70 Zerg player. Okay guys, welcome back to Terraform. And our first player down here in the bottom right is the Pink Zerg. He is Mayan Sandy's team captain. His name is PengWin.
And his opponent, currently down 1-0. He is the Canadian Protoss player representing Team Imperative Gaming. It is the Teal AeiS. Or AeiS. I like AeiS.
AeiS.
AeiS. It's easier to say.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is actually my first time having a proper look at this map in-game. I've seen it from some of the overlays, of course, in the Team Look Map main competition, but
yeah,
it's an interesting little map. Looks like a pretty wide ramp here, so that's going to be tough for AeiS if
it is hard to do this Nexus first if someone's aggressive. And yeah, the pool is down first, I think, for PengWin. The other interesting feature about this map is one of your potential thirds is just minerals completely open on the back, so anyone can get behind there and just start shelling at your stuff, and you have no easy way to get at them.
But on the flip side, once you've mined that base out, it actually becomes an additional attack route.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I always like when maps do that. Foxtrot was the first one I think I saw that really did it. And Foxtrot was kind of one of my favorite maps, despite it really not favoring my playstyle, but it's cool.
Yeah, and the golds are like that on either side as well. So yeah, it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I guess it makes, maybe that's what they're saying, like with the name of it being Terraform. You can actually change the shape of it as you progress. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit, but if that's why it's called that, then that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the collapsible rock towers as well, you can terraform the map with that.
Exactly.
Can you actually cut off? Oh, you don't quite cut off the entire map.
No.
I was wondering it was one of those like secret spring where you collapse the rocks and you cut off.
Yeah, you just
stuff off. But there is a longer attack path. But
yeah,
I like it. I like it. Cool.
So yeah, no aggression has come out this time, which is probably good, given that AeiS would have been hard pressed to defend that wide open natural early on.
Yeah, it would have been really tough with actually just getting the pylon down now. Looks like PengWin, though, is going into a really fast lair here. So, I mean, generally when I see fast lair, I think fast neuters, but we'll see what comes out. We'll see when he puts his gas down, and we'll kind of go from there, I guess. But looking at the map again with neuters in mind, it doesn't seem like the world's best neuter map, although I mean with the third bases, once third bases come into play, it seems like neuter will be great, because both the third base is very, very open backed, and actually if you get your neuters in between the natural base and the third, you can hop between that so easily, whereas any kind of stalkers or anything will have to have a much more difficult time running around. However, it doesn't look like we're going to get to that kind of stage. AeiS has other plans. 6 gates coming down. He's going for the 7 gate again. This time he hasn't taken any damage beforehand. And we'll see whether PengWin can scout this, whether he can react to it.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have an overlord in place to come in and see this. And there's 3 gates up front is not going to look that unusual. Although if he catches the Zealot moving out, that could be a bit of a tip-off.
Yeah.
He's getting a Hydralisk den as his first thing. Which can
this is great for him, though. He's catching both the pylons as they're going up. He actually, he's not going to get this pylon, but he sees the warp in. He knows what's coming on the way. The Hydralisk Den, I don't know. If he can get a decent count of Hydralisks out, then he should be in a good position. But on the other hand, I feel like Roaches he can get much, much faster, and the Zealots are already knocking on his front door as the Hydralisks start. So he's going to have to be fighting against these Zealots with just slowlings, although their speed is just about finished. And this is really not a good position here for PengWin. The Zealots are slaughtering everything he has. One of them is going to fall to the Spine Crawler. Second one is going to go down, but now the Hydralisks are out. They are actually going to start tearing through the Zealots pretty effectively, but they're going to have to kite away. The sentries can get some decent force fields now, and the Hydralisk going to be trapped with the Zealots very much so. Yeah,
Hydras certainly do just rip things apart, and taking down that pylon. He doesn't really have a super close pylon, and he's trying to get that up. But yeah, a few force fields holding the Hydras would be excellent, but if they can kite this back, then they just destroy gateway units so quickly. Time
Oh,
warp
there's
there,
time
and
up.
then
There's the
force field to
force
Eves.
field. And yeah, all the Hydras caught go down immediately. Penguin, though, on creep with those Hydras, can start kiting back. But one of them is going to fall. Lings come in as well, quite a bit of extra tanking for those Hydras, though not for long against these Zealots. And just a few Hydras, some of them aren't even fighting. And more warpings of Zealots keep on doing damage. The Militia Core is going to go down, which helps Penguin out a little bit, but another force field catches another Hydralist, and every Hydralist is so important here for Penguin.
Yeah, pulling back yet again. May want to throw a couple Stalkers into this, although they're expensive given the economy that he has, which isn't that robust. But yeah, we'll try and catch these Hydras. Not quite. A couple kind of missed force fields there.
Yeah, with the force fields a little bit. I actually think he's better off saving up his gas for sentries and using the Zealots. If the Zealots close with the Hydralist, they fight them very, very well, whereas Stalkers, I feel like, just don't do much damage.
Yeah, they're bad. Like, they're inefficient. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very nice force field, though. Just one force field catches 3 Hydralists. Fourth one goes down as it's kind of slowed as it's running away, and overwhelming force of Zealots now here, pushing in for AeiS. Penguin with only 3 Hydralisks, which the number is rapidly going to fall. All the drones cut apart in his natural base. He's only on 22, full saturation in his main, but that doesn't help him too much when he's only got 2 Hydralisks here. And AeiS is absolutely overrunning him with 10 Zealots and 4 sentries.
Yeah, it does look like he's completely broken them here at this point. Hydras will pop out in the main base here and take out these remaining Zealots, but the natural goes down at the same time.
Yeah, it's really tough. The natural base being lost, of course. Penguins are a massive macro disadvantage. Even if AeiS goes home and tries to transition, he is actually starting a robo back at home. I think he's just going to kind of do what he can with what he has, and there's the very real possibility that could be winning the game. These Hydras having to go off creep means these Zealots closing them a little faster. Zealots slicing apart these Lings that come out and close with the Hydras. GG.
On the Iron Fortress, up here on the top right-hand side of the map, we have, representing my insanity, currently 1-1 in this series. It is PengWin.
And his opponent up in the top left-hand corner of Iron Fortress, the Teal Protoss player, going for a 7-gate in the first 2 games. Will he do it in the third? It is AeiS.
AeiS, baby. Will do. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he does it again.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I feel like it becomes predictable at that point.
Yeah, I can see doing it the second time because you didn't really get it off the first time. But, yeah, doing it again I don't think is going to work out. But we'll see what else he's got in mind. He is going for the Nexus fairly quickly yet again.
Yeah, I don't recall him being like a super 2-base all-in player the previous times we cast him. But I think he has pulled off, 3 hatch for a pull from Penguin.
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, he has pulled off some pretty cool 7-gates in the past, so it's definitely something he throws out now and again. But yeah, so far Penguin going super hard on the macro. AeiS is going to get a handle on this quite quickly as he moves in towards Penguin's main base. He sees where he is, sees the hatchery, and I wonder if he's going to try and threaten a cannon rush. Obviously, he can't actually do anything.
He doesn't. It doesn't even have forge.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still throw it out.
You can still make them react.
Yeah.
Particularly since the pool's not near done.
Yeah, Penguin would have to pull a bunch of probes. I actually think just throwing down a pylon when you're going gateway expand is one of the most obnoxious. It's worse than actually cannon rushing.
Yeah.
Because you have to be like, oh well, okay, he's doing forward expand, he's cannon rushing. At least I know he's going forward expand, and then he's just like, no, I'm not. What are you trying? And you wasted a bunch of minerals, and he's just Protoss players.
So he does see this third here as it's about to get finished. And we'll see what the impact is on his play there. Will he attempt to just attack into this or be a little more patient and be more macro-oriented himself?
Yeah, we'll see. He is chroning out that sentry rather than any econ. So, I mean, getting units rather than chroning out the units rather than chroning out the econ kind of I guess, suggest an attack, but it's a little early to tell, I suppose. Did he? Oh, he actually cancels the sentry. That's
no. There's
interesting.
This one, yeah.
Did I? Oh, maybe it just kind of popped out the gateway and I didn't see it.
Yeah, I think because he's got it.
No, it's got way too much energy for it to have just come out that gateway. Weird, anyway.
Gates coming out. He is making another sentry behind this. And the Mama ship patrolling out in front. I think wants to get over to that third base and maybe take a pot shot at a drone or two.
Yeah, definitely a possibility here. And I think PengWin, of course, has actually gone blind for 3 Hatchful Pool. He can't be feeling too happy, I don't think, about the fact that AeiS has spawned where he is. Because obviously AeiS is going to have a really, really fast path to that third base for any kind of aggression he puts on. If he puts down a proxy pylon at his third base position in a kind of mirror from PengWin's, he can warp into PengWin's third base directly. And that's going to be so bad if AeiS decides to move out just with just a bit of 3-gate aggression. It's going to be so annoying for PengWin having basically a proxy pylon in his third base.
Yeah, for sure. AeiS going up for the +1 attack right now, getting more sentries out. He has taken all 4 gas, which would generally imply, he's going to continue, and he tried to take a third there, but being stopped by this Zergling at the moment. Yeah,
really nice there. PengWin kind of just following the probe and then dashing ahead of it at the last second to deny that pylon going down, and then, or deny the Nexus going down even, and then taking out the probe, but yeah, AeiS is now getting this third base out. 6 roaches on the way from PengWin, but drones as well. So probably just defensive roaches to stop these sentries actually being able to do too much damage. Because AeiS is in the typical kind of, I guess, is this what you call the French Protoss style?
Possibly. Yeah. I guess it kind of is. Yeah.
Is AeiS French Canadian or just?
No, he's from Ontario.
Okay.
But probably heavily influenced. Obviously, guys here will still watch people like Desro and whatever a fair bit. So.
True. But another lane gets another probe. This is great stuff from PengWin here, and damaging that photon cannon a little bit is going to help out as PengWin moves along with these roach lanes. But he is actually going to back off as he sees exactly what AeiS has, and behind this, AeiS actually really doesn't have any kind of tech. He's just got a ton of gateways that he's pushing down. So, he's got 6 in production right now. He's got
he's getting a Twilight now, 3. But I think that's just to continue his upgrades.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be really late to actually start Blink right now.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just going to be a ridiculously large gateway attack. But I don't know. I don't see the point in taking the third base. He's got to probe that up. Maybe I don't know. It all feels a bit disjointed from AeiS.
Yeah, not sure exactly where he is going with this.
I don't know. I guess if he Chronos Blink out, it'll still be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so he is getting the Blink.
Whoa.
Does throw Chrono on it, getting the +2 as well. 36 links coming out.
Do you reckon he's going to go straight for the third base, or is PengWin going to split some off and go for the natural as well?
I'd imagine he'll take a small force to the natural just to, check if he's blocked it. But, yeah, it looks like he's heading actually almost directly towards only the natural.
Oh, whoa. Oh, my God. I know there's so many sentries with this force for AeiS.
Yeah.
It's got 13 sentries. That's what happens when a Protoss doesn't actually bother to try teching.
Yeah.
Whoa,
so much stuff. Yeah, Dark Shrine coming. Kind of interesting. Yeah, so gateway, but with the DT potential.
Yeah. I mean, okay. There's 9 gateways, 2 more on the way. It's going to be an 11 gateway Blink DT push from AeiS.
Yeah.
And PengWin's pushing out a bunch of Hydras. He's got +2 on the way. It'll be done by the time AeiS actually hits. But AeiS will have +2 himself as well, of course. As well as an enormous force of sentries, Blink Stalkers, These sentries as well are all on very, very high energy count. The lowest of them has 60 energy. And actually, no, that's a lie. The lowest has 60 now. But still, they've each got like at least one force field. Some of them have 3, and yeah, it's going to be a pretty scary little force here. PengWin, though, is getting quite a level up himself.
+2 is almost finished. The Dark Shrine is now done. 4 DTs are warping in, and they're doing it from the southern position there. One thing, there is only one Overseer on the map, and there's no spores, anything like that. So hopefully PengWin can see this, or at least catches a glimpse of it on the creep. DT comes into the third base, immediately going after drones. DT splits off to the natural and to continue on to the main. 2 Overseers coming in here now as DT tries to get some more drone kills.
Yeah, this is actually like...
Yeah, this is pretty brutal.
Yeah, this is perfect for AeiS, really. These DTs are getting so many kills on the drones. PengWin now does have an Overseer here, and he's going to be able to clean up these DTs, but they have absolutely done so much work here. PengWin now sitting down at 23 drones, although a big round has just finished up as I say that. But his army's been pulled completely out of position. AeiS is going to get a free snipe on this third base. It's going down. There's almost no question about it. PengWin is actually forcing his way in. He does just get in time.
The fourth base, though, is under attack. More drones going down there.
11 kills, 12 kills on the DT there. AeiS, nice little concave for PengWin, but the force field starts to go down. A lot of sentries actually went down there. I think 2 or 3 sentries with very high energy counts were sniped off by PengWin. So that was very nice to him, but he does lose his third base. Not the biggest loss because his drone count is so low, but I mean, that's not really a sentence you want to hear.
DTs
20 kills on this DT.
Like, there's a DT still in the main. There's a DT at the fourth, which just got cleaned up. Yeah, like the one in the main will reactivate anytime it feels like it.
Yeah, and PengWin, the time warp's going on. AeiS is pushing forwards here. And yeah, there's so many force fields, a huge concave for PengWin, but the majority of forces can't even fight. Colossus King, but it doesn't really matter. AeiS is just kind of slaughtering what PengWin has here. A big 9-stalker warping comes in as well. PengWin's trying to rematch, but there's been so much damage done to his economy that he just doesn't really have enough to hold this off. And AeiS is pushing forward. The Hydras are pushing out as much down as they can, but a blink forward from AeiS is going to clean up the last members of PengWin's army, and GG.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.